Hey guys, welcome to Record-ology. Why the weird angle? Well, let me tell you a story. Have you ever heard about the word compromise? That's going to have to happen today, and here's why. So it's about 10 minutes to 8, and I just started editing today's show, and what do? I accidentally delete the intro and outro to the show. And I'm surprised I've never done this before, but it happened today. So I'm shooting this on my phone and I apologize, but it's been a crazy week. I don't know if your week has been crazy, but we just got to get through it at this point. So on today's show, we're going to be talking about wireless earbuds. They were a huge item at CES this year, and there's going to be a lot more competition for Apple Airpods. And so that's what we're doing today. We're going to compete. We're going to put a competition together, so to speak, of Apple Airpods versus Walmart's version of them, as well as Audio-Technica's entry into the wireless earbud world. So it should be an interesting show, guys. You're not going to want to miss this.
This is Record-ology.
Okay, so here's the Apple Airpods case. I want to show it compared to the other ones size-wise. As you can see, it's the smallest, which I, would expect it to be. However, it's the only one of these three that doesn't stand up, which I think it should stand up. It's really designed to lay flat in your pocket. And all three of them do, but I don't know if you can tell, but this one is much thicker. The AirPods do feature the USB-C connector, which is a very fast connection for charging. The Walmart ones feature micro USB, which is a little bit slower but more common. And the Audio-Technica also features the USB-C as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and weigh the entire case with the earbuds in them. So the Apple one is 39 grams. The Walmart one is 29 grams. And the Audio-Technica is 29 grams. Now let's actually weigh the earbuds themselves. Apple's come in at 5 grams. The Walmart comes in right about 5 grams as well. And the Audio-Technica comes in a little bit heavier at about 7 grams. Okay, so taking a look at the Apple case, it is the smallest case. It's got a nice magnetic closure, which is kind of fun to fiddle with. When you do open it up, you do see a charging light for the case, and the earbuds actually are magnetized down into these form-fitted molds, which is really cool. From a design standpoint, I think that's very, very slick. So you can charge them in the case, and when you open them up the first time even to connect it to your phone, if you have an iPhone, it will come to life with an image on the screen of this case of your earphones. It knows which one is which. You can listen to either one separately or both of them for stereo. And obviously the earbuds charge when they are in the case. There's little metal contacts down in there. The Walmart ones, very, very similar. Now for patent reasons, I'm sure there's little differences. This is a charge light for the case, so when you plug it in, you'll see that light up. It doesn't have a magnetic closure on here, which I wish it did. It's got a snapping closure. And then they've, as you notice on the Apple one here, even the lid is form molded to this, which is really cool. To make it cheaper, less expensive, this one is just an opening. It's got this clear opening here. The earbuds themselves are similar. They do magnetize down into those holes as well, which I was kind of surprised they do. There's little metal contacts down there, as you can see. So they snap down in there, and they've got lights on them to indicate when they're charging and whatnot. This just connects as a third-party Bluetooth device to any phone. It's pretty simple. Another thing I want to point out too is if you look at this compared to the Apple one, and it's good to do a side-by-side here, but it is a lot larger of a stem, and and that's expected. If you have larger ears, it may not be an issue, but this piece right here is obviously bigger. So for me, comfort-wise, these are the best because I have smaller ears, and these fit in there just perfectly. And as you know, a lot of earbuds these days shoot the sound out of this opening on the edge versus older earbuds where they would be having a speaker right here. it kind of goes through this little opening on the side to shoot it down into your ear canal. And this functions in a very similar way. This also has sensors on it. It knows when it's in your ear, it knows when it's not. The Apple one, or the Walmart one, excuse me, just knows when it's out of the case, and that's pretty much it. The Apple one also has touch screen or capacitive touch sensors on it, so you can touch it to skip tracks, basic transport controls, volume control, whereas the Walmart one just has physical buttons. There's one on each side. You can skip tracks, you can play, pause. You can't control volume, which is kind of a disappointing thing. The Apple ones also allow you to use your phone as a microphone, and these is sort of a listening device where you're listening to your phone's microphone and then hearing it through these. The Walmart ones don't support that. These are just a simple Bluetooth audio device. But that being said, they both fit okay. This one just kind of sits on the outside of your ear. This one goes in a little bit, tighter for a little bit better fit. Now, to contrast all of this, the Audio-Technica is a different type of earbud. These are like an in-ear type. So they've got an opening like that, and they go deeper into your ears. They form kind of a complete seal around the ear canal, and as such give an amazing bass response and noise canceling too. In fact, even though these don't have active noise canceling, meaning there's no circuitry doing anything for noise canceling, just the fact that it seals into your ear canal did better noise canceling passively than my actual Sony noise canceling headphones did on an airplane. Actually, the trip back from CES. They do a phenomenal job. They do light up when they're brought in and out of the case to show you that they're connecting and charging and all that good stuff, as you can see right there. They have capacitive touch sensors, so you can control forward, back, start, stop, volume control. All three of these have built-in microphones. You can see the mic right there on that one. So they will allow you to make phone calls. The Audio-Technica have a special, I think it's called Clear Voice technology, that optimizes phone call audio, and it does work really, really good. The Walmart ones do function for phone calls, although the sound isn't quite as high quality. Now time for some specifications. The Apple Airpods will last 5 hours on a single charge, with an additional 24 hours charging with the charging case. The Walmart ones obviously are not going to be quite as high. They're going to give you 3 hours on a charge with an additional 9 hours in the case. The Audio-Technica ones will give you 6 hours on a single charge with an additional 24 hours in the charging case. Okay, cost-wise, the Apple AirPod first generations are going for about $150 right now. They're definitely lower cost now that the second gen AirPod Pros are out. The Walmart ones, if you can believe this, go for $29. And as you can see, although spec'd out a little bit lower, these are very competitive considering what you get for $29 as opposed to $150. And then the Audio-Technicas, which from a spec standpoint outperform the Apple ones, are lower cost. They only cost $99 for these beautiful Audio-Technica earbuds. And these are their entry-level ones. They even have higher spec ones than these for about $150. Time for the moment of truth. How do they sound? Obviously, this product, I'm going to have to tell you how they sound. I can't demonstrate them for you. But if we use as a standard, as a base standard, regular hardwired Apple EarPods, that is kind of my base standard for quality. These perform exceptionally. These are the Apple AirPods, and they sound just as good as the hardwired versions. In fact, they're ergonomic. They fit very comfortably. They're the most comfortable of the three for me. And the sound quality is on par with those hardwire headphones. Very, very impressed. The Walmart ones were surprisingly good. I would say they're somewhere between adequate and good. So definitely a step down in sound quality, a bit more flat, a bit less bass. But overall, the sound was very reasonable. If you're listening to audiobooks or old-time radio or big band music, you're not going to notice any difference between these and the Apple ones. But even for fully dynamic music, they were good. They did fine. It wasn't blow your socks off kind of sound, but it wasn't bad sound. And considering the price point of $29 versus $150, for me, it's a no-brainer because Apple is what it is. It's what you'd expect it to be. But this is very competitive, you guys, for $29 for for $29. The sound was, as I said, somewhere between adequate and good. I'd lean closer to good, and definitely well worth it for the price point. And the reviews on this are fantastic, by the way. The Audio-Technicas, on the other hand, that's another ballpark. This is a different class of wireless earbud, you guys. This is like an audiophile product. So with that seal that these form in your ears, you're blocking out so much sound. I believe these have 7.5 millimeter drivers, and the sound quality is phenomenal. The bass will rattle your bones, good clear highs. Something to be aware of though, these are, kind of a closed ear technology. You're only going to hear this when these are on. You're not going to be hearing, people talking to you, other sounds, whereas these other ones kind of sit loosely in your ears and you can hear conversations and you can just, have them while you're doing other things. These ones, make everything else so quiet. You can hear your own heartbeat, you can hear your own breathing, and that can be kind of distracting. But the music that comes through is very, very, very powerful and sharp and clear. Also, one little thing I like to point out is inside this case, those are rubber tipped backs there, so it presses them down a little bit and holds them in just perfectly firmly. But anyway, regardless of which ones you get, guys, wireless earbuds are so cool, and I would highly recommend that you get a pair. They're great to have various circumstances. Highly, highly recommended. Okay guys, it's as simple as that. I hope you thought that was interesting. Apologies again for the weird camera angle tonight, you guys, but doing a show midweek is it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy busy, so this is one of those nights. I'll always remember that time that I accidentally deleted the intro and outro at 8 o'clock at night, the night I was editing it. So thank you for being there. If you're new to this channel, I'm sorry this is the first video you're watching of ours, but we've got a lot of great content out there, hundreds of videos now. Go back and check it out. We do record players, we do all kinds of retro tech, non-retro tech, everything you can imagine. So check it out. Hit subscribe if you like what you see, guys. We try to have a fun time one way or another, 2 shows a week and sometimes more. Happy record hunting. We'll see you next time.